Today, we have Singanapalli Balaram. Singanapalli Balaram received his training as a mechanical engineer who then became a designer and a professor of industrial design. He has designed and patented several award-winning products and has authored many papers and books on design. He is one of the pioneers in Indian design and design education in India at the National Institute of Design. He has been teaching design for nearly 6 decades. He's also credited with starting universal design education in the country. He's a recipient of several awards such as the International Ron Mays Design for the 21st Century Award for Human-Centered Design and National Award for a Lifetime Contribution to the Cause of People with Disabilities received from the Ministry of Social Justice. Thank you so much for coming here today. We have the stove that Balram designed in the gallery. Please go check it out after the talk. Thank you so much. Over to you.
I always have a little signature tune when I open my mouth. I was just telling that I'm a storyteller. When I open my mouth, people expect a story. I have a favorite character of mine called Mullah Nasruddin. You must have heard of him. He's a character created by a Persian writer. He's a witty, wise, poor man. Anyway, you can know about him later. But today what I want to share with you is one episode. One day, Mullah Nasruddin was talking to his friend about global issues. You see, men always go very ideal, global and all that. While he is very heatedly discussing about water crisis which is going to come, his wife from the hut shouted him, "Hey, we have water crisis in the home." Because women are very practical. If you don't get the water from the river, there will be no lunch. So immediately, you know how men, grown-up men do, they will call their children. So he called his young fellow, a 5-year-old guy, and said, "Hey, go and fetch some water, take that mud pot there in the corner, go to the river and get some water." So that fellow very obediently picked the pot and about to go. "Come here, come here." So when he came here, he gave him a big resounding slap. "Don't break the pot." So the friend who is talking to him, he said, "Arey Mullah, he hasn't even yet broken the pot, you have already hit him." He said, "Bavakoof, if I do that, won't it be too late?" So the past should be learned before it is too late. So why am I telling this today? Because today I've been invited by Science Gallery Bengaluru to talk about something I have done 42 years ago. Yeah, it's not daily, it doesn't happen in our daily life. I never expected that I would be asked to talk about it. So there must be something in it. So what does it really mean? It really means that people grow old and die. Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated and he died. But Gandhiism, Gandhi ideas are still there. Similarly, ideas will never die. If they are good ideas, they will be forever. And forever they will be kind of inspiring people with their strength. Why do we know about the past at all? Many people ask many times, why let the past be buried? So another of my favorite poet, a Spanish-American philosopher called Judge Santayana, he said long back a very beautiful thing, which is very piercing. He said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." You see, I don't have to explain it today. You see, many things are happening like that. Yeah, I don't want to comment on it, but this is what is the importance of knowing about the past. So I would like to start this lecture by thanking Science Gallery for inviting me here to tell about some of the past. from the horse's mouth because I have done it instead of somebody else talking about it. And also for all of you to come here and to make it happen. Without audience, a lecture will not happen. It's not the lecturer who is important, it is the audience who are important. This is what I said. Judge Santayana said long time ago, almost 50 years ago, that those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Next. So the context. I will tell you, before the story of this stove begins, there is a context. For everything, there is a context. So the context for this is very important. Imagine in the 70s, in 1973, there was a fuel crisis. OPEC quadrupled the oil prices, 4 times more. What is OPEC? I don't have to explain it to you. The oil producing, exporting countries. It is a big syndicate kind of thing. It is their dadas. What they decide, and the whole world is dependent today, unfortunately, on oil. That is the only fuel we have. Now we are looking for alternate. So there was big fuel crisis in 1973. 1973, another earthly crisis also, natural crisis happened in India. I was directly involved in it. There is floods in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, Sabarmati River flooded, and many houses have been it's a big one. I was one of them. I fortunately got saved. I was just living next to the Sabarmati River, and I also lost a lot of its land. In 79, in 75, 77, of course, another crisis has happened. India had gone through emergency, which is a necessary one. Necessary or unnecessary, it is emergency is emergency. And again in 1979, another fuel crisis, this time because of another thing. Iran-Iraq war. And this instability had caused another problem. So the fuel prices have gone up. Simultaneously, there is another thing in 71, during that time, if you remember, that is the India-Pakistan war and the separation of Pakistan into two, into Bangladesh and Pakistan. So this is the background within which the story has happened. So what happened was, why should we even at least worry about the fuel? What is the reason? There are some, I will talk a little bit about the myths of design. This somehow we missed. History is a record of the past. All of them are myths, I disagree with them. History, we all think history is a record of the past. How many of you don't think? I am one, I don't think it is only record of the past. It is actually much more than that. It is a guide to your future. If you really think so. If it is a record of the past, we don't need it, throw it away. Check it out. But it's not. Similarly, people think design is applying lipstick to your gorilla's face. Isn't it? Many of us think. It is like the cosmetic thing. If a product is looking a little ugly, give it to your designer, he will prettify it, put some lipstick and a bindi or some things like that, and it will look nice, it will sell. That is a wrong idea. Design is much, much more than that. Design is changing a life. Design is something which is making good to the society. So therefore, then we will go to the next one. Great design is great projects. People think if I'm a designer, I'm sure some of you are designers here. You think, when will I get the mega project? Like designing the Central Vista for Government of India, or designing the aircraft for Air India, things like that. But actually, that's not true. I don't agree with that. Designing is doing great work, and even if it is a small thing. How many of you don't use safety pin? None, right? Safety pin, is is a grand old product which is used even today. That is the excellent design. So design need not be a big one and a great one. The greatness lies in the idea. Like an umbrella, umbrella has not changed. Cycle is not changed, the basic design. It is still there. Variations are only making it foldable or making it long and things like that. So this is the classicness, like the stove, we will come to it. They become classic because they have got something inherent in them which is good. So great design is not great projects. Great design is great idea in a small, even in a small product. Rubber band, how many of us don't use rubber band? We use, right? So rubber band is one good design. The other one is identity. Normally we think is culture and religion. Identity, today you say identity, you make something its identity, then make it into Devanagari script is English. Huh? See, all of you, it is laughable kind of thing. Or put a red bindi on everything you do. This is very, very superficial and silly. Identity is not just culture and religion. Identity is your real face. My face is not, I make it look like Indian. The moment I speak like an Indian, like an Andhra fellow speaking. A Malayali fellow is speaking English will speak his own. He don't put on that. But it will be put on when he tries to speak the American accent. So that is ridiculous. So the identity comes through your inner being. Similarly, Indian inner being is bamboo. If you use bamboo, if you use jute, if you use cotton, if you use natural dyes, if you use some of these things which are, mango is not identity because it is somewhere else. Britain can't claim mango is our motive because mangoes grow only in India. And apple similarly, if apple is not Indian, only one few regions have the apples. So similarly, real identity is your geographical, natural way. I speak this way because of my background, and I don't put on. That is my identity. My face is my face. I don't make it up to look like Madhuri Dixit or some, whatever is your favorite hero. No. So, identity is not culture and religion. That is one small thing. It's not symbolism. It is a real thing. If I make a bamboo bicycle, that will be, everybody will know it must be either China or India. It can't be from England, no? Yeah. So that is it. The other one is design success is commercial success. Every designer, if he is not commercially successful, he feels sad. Oh, I am not successful. I am not successful. You see, money earning is not the main thing. Money earning is one small thing. It is necessary. But the real thing is what you are making with, how you are making the money, and how much good you are doing to the society and to the common man. How much you affect the common man. Because why I am saying common man? Because common men are the most people, the elites or the rich ones are very few. So you decide, the rich ones have the money. So if you work for the rich man, then you will be paid a lot. But if you work for a common man, you are not paid probably so much, but you will have so much satisfaction. Yeah. And if you learn upon great Indian design guru, management guru called C.K. Prahlad, he said some time back, fortune at the bottom of the pyramid. Very wisely said. You read that book, he convinces you in the end, fortune is not at the top, fortune is at the bottom. Because you see, today, everybody has a cell phone, even a beggar has a cell phone. 1 paise more in that will make millions into the pocket of, I won't tell the name of the person, you all know it. But you see, even if that much makes a difference, so even if a small thing which you made at the bottom of the pyramid, because that's so wide, you can still make money. But more important than that, you will make meaning. The last one, Goal of life is happiness, people think, but actually that is wrong. Many of you think, what? What nonsense Balram is talking. Pursuit of happiness is the goal. It's not. Many of you, when you grow a little older, you will realize pursuit of happiness is not the real goal. Real goal is what? Making meaning. Meaning in life. You see, many people who have reached, not really kind of satisfied. They may be luxurious, that's a different thing. This I am telling, there is one famous psychologist, a German, who had gone through the Hitler's, this thing, he almost died. The Nazis have taken him, almost killed him, but somehow bach gaya at the last minute. After he came back, he almost wanted to commit suicide. His name is, how many know his name? Viktor Frankl. That's right, thank you. Viktor Frankl, read his book, he wrote something called A Search for Meaning. Yeah, read this book and thank you. So, search for meaning, in that he will say why he survived, why he didn't commit suicide when the torture is so much. He said, even if I make a little bit of meaning, that is worthwhile. I was telling to some of you, Oscar Wilde did one beautiful phrase by Oscar Wilde. He said that we are all in a gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. So you decide whether you want to look at the stars or you want to remain in the gutter and keep cursing the gutter. And I will tell my students, you know it, that you look at the stars, you will never reach the stars, but you can reach up to the terrace, that is still something. Even if you reach the first 10 steps, that is still something. So that's it. So it's not how much, but the meaning is meaning. And he started, this psychologist started something called logotherapy. And logotherapy is now very famous kind of therapy which works. Okay. Why I'm showing this slide is, I started, see, these are those myths I said to you, and my reaction to those myths is what made me this way. So I started my life with this. This is a bicycle. It has got patents and all that, but it was never produced. But it doesn't matter. You see, it's not always that something happens, but the idea remains. It has been kind of everywhere. I was like this, Royal College of Art, 1969. So, and then we bought the cycle and all that, but this is not the lecture on cycle, so I won't spend some time. Why I chose cycle and why I didn't, at that time, India didn't have car also. We were having Ambassador, which is designed in England and brought to India. So why didn't I design a car? India's first car Balaram would have designed. But I didn't want to design a car. I could have designed an aeroplane also, India's first aeroplane. But I didn't. Because I wanted to influence or at least give something for the common man. I did my research in that people who ride cycle are much more than people go in flight. So I thought I will design cycle next. So once, I think it must be a Punjabi client, I don't remember the client's name. It is a fire top oven. It is a tandoor kind of thing. So why I picked up something which a woman would do? Because there are two reasons. One is, without woman we can't exist, no? And without kitchen, you have nothing to eat. And eating is very important. As I already said in my mullah story, women are very practical. Without practical, mullah would have starved. So I always showed interest in something which is for common people and something which is domestic. This is a domestic. This I have designed as a fire top oven to make it. Here basically it is aesthetically looking good and also it should work well. That's it. Since this is not the talk about this, we won't talk much about it unless you want to know. Next. Yeah. In 73, when the fuel crisis came, then there is in India, we have the topmost oil company is Indian Oil Corporation. You all know about it. It's the biggest. They also have in Dehradun a research wing called Indian Institute of Petroleum. By the way, they have a design school also now, Indian Institute of Petroleum as a design school, because they are conscious of it. I don't know how much of that decision is because of my influence, but I'm glad that they have started design school. They have come to us because earlier Balram has worked through NID. Of course, I did all these projects through NID. NID, I have done that Fire Top Woman. So they thought, these guys have some experience and probably this man Balram can do some job. So this is the right-hand side one. This is before and after. This is the stove which people use, kerosene stove. And after I have designed, that is the stove. Yeah. So this is a kerosene stove, which you see on the post is a kerosene stove. I kind of reminded the organizers. So they said, that's also your design, and that also is the fuel crisis. That will make some sense. Yeah, so we have used that. But you see, this is the difference. Normally, in those days in our portfolio, you will show the old one and the new one. Yeah, next. Now, when the Indian Oil Corporation, they have, the second crisis of 79 came, then it was a gas they decided, because by that time gas was popular, even villages, people are using gas, because gas is clean, gas is less smoke, almost no smoke, but gas is also very costly as well as very, very dangerous. I will tell you about the dangers of gas. But they have designed something. At that time, you know what is the efficiency of the thermal efficiency of the stove? 58%. Means you see how much heat is going waste. Almost half the heat is going waste. That they haven't realized. So what is the principle of that is very simple. Principle of gas is very simple. Even principle of kerosene also. When you use any fuel, it mixes with the oxygen in the air. So the correct oxygen and the fuel, petrol, gas mixture is the right kind of heat it will produce. So they have made a, next. Yeah, this is a simple thing. This is the heart of the gas stove. Air goes from the bottom, and by the way, it is LPG. You know why is it called LPG? People all think when you buy a gas cylinder, there is no gas in it. There is only liquid in it. The gas is liquefied. When you open the valve, that comes in contact with the air, take the oxygen and becomes gas. So only when it comes to out from the nozzle, it will become, so the gas goes from here and it comes out becoming a flame there. The flame will come at the top. So this is a very simple thing. I said, it is so simple. Why are we, breaking our heads? The stove also should be simple, no? But why is it so complicated? So that is what I worked on it. Next. Okay. Yeah, we will stop here. We'll go back. Go back. Yeah. There are many things. So I did my research myself. Because what they said is, sir, this is what we have done, just improve it, make it little beautiful. But I don't blame them. Every client who comes to me says that jazz it up or make it, prettify it, or says that, this is what it is, it's not selling, maybe change the color, this kind of things. But If I say, no, 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 I will do some more things, he said, thank you, I don't want all of them. We don't have that much time, we don't have that much money, we don't have all of it. So he will go away. So I will keep him come first in, and then I will say, all right, I will do that, I will do that. But in my mind, I decide I will do some meaning. Otherwise, what am I there for? Beauty should come as a part of it. Yeah. Not because you put it afterwards. So I said, I do my research. So I did my research and I found out there are so many things. Gas cylinder actually is a bomb in your kitchen. A bomb, really. Because there are real news reports I have seen. One well-known writer couple, the lady goes early morning to go and make some coffee for her husband. She goes and put the switch on, and the whole thing is pop, like a bomb. Because the problem with this is that gas, if it is a leak, it is heavy, heavier than the air. So it will be there like on the ground, like water. Like water, it will fill up. And if there is a switch nearby, any leakage of electricity nearby, that much is good enough to make it into explode. That's what has happened. Many of the people don't know. It is deadly because unless the smell reaches your nose, the smell is put deliberately. Actually, it is a kind of, the natural gas has no smell at all. But the smell is added so that at least you know if there is a leak. It's deliberately that some awful smell is added so that you will know immediately. So that is one thing. The other thing is the service also. The service people are uneducated people. One time it happened in my house itself. There is a leak of the gas. We call the service fellow. He will come and he said, you have matchbox? I said, what are you asking matchbox for? Sir, if I light it, wherever it is lighting, that must be a leak. I said, idiot. But this is the level of knowledge they have. Are you mad? So, but many of them are like that. They look for a leak with a matchstick. If there is already some gas there, you will be in problem. The other one is many of these stoves, cleaning is a big problem. Weight is another problem. If you see that, go back. If you see them, how they're all cast iron. Each one will weigh at least 15 kilos or so. I said, why is it? You've seen that actually principle is so simple. So I said, and there are many others, like cleaning is very important thing. How do you clean it? And many times, Indian cooking involves many of these liquids, dals and all that. If they spill over, and they will go, and there is a small nozzle, very, very tiny nozzle, it will clog it. And then the whole thing will be off. And you don't know what to do. All that you have to do is to remove that clog. Yes. But the spilling is the problem. Yeah, many times you can't remove because you don't even know it is very deep, at least 6 inches deep. So these ones I found out. So I thought the first thing is like my Bauhaus kind of influence, minimalism. Let's go. Next. Yeah. I thought I will have a minimal thing, the lightest stove in the whole world. Yeah, that is my dream. See, there are only 4 identical pieces, and that's it. In the middle, you have the central, burner. That's all. And these will be the vessel supports, and they can support if the gauge is enough. And the front, that yellow one you are seeing, is for the control knob. That's it. It is. Next. See, the advantage of this is there is only one part. Nobody could think of a stove which has got only one part, and also there is minimum wastage, and with that one part, 4 of them in this one sheet will come. They are blanking and stamping. These are the 2 operations which any small-scale industry can produce. So I thought this will be good. So I presented it. Yeah, next. No, go back, go back, go back. I presented it. I was so excited. You know, designers all get excited with seeing something very innovative and all that. They don't work. The client said, what? He said, it doesn't look like a stove. Of course, it doesn't look like a stove. It's out of the box thinking. So he said, Mr. Balaram, these out of the box thinkings you are good for winning awards. But we want some stove which will be produced by small scale industry. From the beginning, we wanted to get this stove made by the small scale industry. That is another constraint. This would have been excellent. But they said it looks too radical. All right. So I will do something else. Next. Yeah. This is very traditional, right? Easily acceptable by people. Make it round, but still it has got some good things like it is sheet metal, it is lighter, and I have those vessel supports very neatly organized, black and white. Slightly yellow, it's not, the color is, the photo is black and white, but actually the stove is not white. It is a kind of slight off-white, you know, the Bauhaus traditions of not having color, little color, like that. I mean, this is a kind of style. Yeah. So I made this. This is also simple. You have some things to lift and very light. It's almost was 1/3 of the heavy, these things. It doesn't need a foundry and all that. But then they said, no, let us do something else. I couldn't convince them. So I have done something else. Next. This time I've got another innovative idea. I talked to many, in my research, I talked to many people who use stoves. I said, it's not only women, but men also use stoves. If they're not married, if they're living simply, they have to. I have gone through this phase of life. Not only that, suppose a new couple, just married couple, staying separately, they don't need 2 burners. One burner stove is good enough because that is cheaper also. You see 1 burner and you have got the 4 buttons. So it can be plugged in like a Lego toy. These are combinatorics. You can add one more. Next, please. See, like this. It has got a cover also so that cockroaches, etc. won't go in and all kinds of things. The knobs are on the side, so it looks very beautiful. I presented to the client. The client said, we will keep it for future. It is too futuristic. Yeah, but plug in and all that. Do you think present day housewife accepts it? I said, why not? You have to kind of promote it that way. If Coca-Cola says the real thing, we all accept it now. But so why not we? But anyway, the client, finally, I could not convince the client about it. But they said, you keep it. This is a good idea, but we will keep it. So something we have to do immediately. So finally, I worked out something, which the drawing I gave it to. By this time, what happened was, one important thing I learned in life is, never look down upon the scientists and engineers who are working with you. Normally, many engineers do this mistake of, what do you know? I know, because I am the final color and shape is in my hands. But that's not the only thing. The engine is in their hands. But if you somehow work with them and create some rapport with them, that will work out best. In this, my experience shows that rapport has been built by the time. And they've become so kind of convinced, they thought that they can design themselves. Next. See, my drawings they took away and they made this. I said, there is something wrong with the proportions. So I said, okay, you do that. Same drawings, I will do it. So in my workshop, I also produced another one. And finally, we came up with this. You see? Okay. This has got all the virtues of the other one. This thing is to spilling will be collected in that depression, and the top ones could be taken out and put it under a tap water. You can clean them, yeah, and even the burner also you could take them and clean them. The holes, you see the holes there. They could be with a small pin. You can time to time clean them if they are clogged, but nothing will go into the nozzle. Yeah. So, and then we have the knobs. The other interesting thing is that I have given them a choice. We had a meeting the first time when we had a big meeting of at least 20 would-be manufacturers were called. Next. Now, these are the ones. You see, one is this needs welding. That doesn't even need welding because welding is a little expensive process. So, if you don't want this, even you use the sheet metal to have the vessel support. Next. Okay, so what are the merits it has got? One, it is fuel saving, nearly a fifth. It lasts 17% longer. I have a person sitting here, she will watch for it. That, yeah, we have used it at home, the same stove. So, our cylinder, gas cylinder, because of the stove, it lasts longer.
It lasts more than 3.5 months. Yeah, it lasts more than 3.5 months. Every day cooking.
Yeah, but the experiments have found that 17% longer means 1/5 of the fuel you have saved. That's quite a bit. It has got a sheet metal body, so it is lighter and simple to produce. Almost 1/5 of the weight is reduced. Yeah. And the cost is low because it uses only stamping and it doesn't need foundry. It is a spill proof and is easy to clean daily under the tap, I mentioned again. Safe to use and maintain. Yeah. What we did is we also have given a pamphlet with the gas cylinder to be given to the consumers, what to do, what not to do. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't need a mechanic to come home. You can do it yourself if you know how to do. The housewife herself can do these operations. Next. So what is special about this? Why are we talking about it? The special thing about it is unlike many other projects which many of us work on or I worked on, this is meant for small-scale industry manufacture and simultaneous production. Means in India is such a vast country with so much population, so we need not have all the production and give all that profit to one so-and-so person, XYZ. We can have, each state can have one production. So we all 29 states can have 29 production and we still have enough money there. So it is designed that way for simultaneous production. So there's no competition. Tamil Nadu will have Tamil Nadu people, there is good amount of people. Andhra will have its own number of people, 5 crores or something, which is a big number. And now everybody is using gas. The other one is, it is flexible design and finish variations suit regional tastes. As we all know, India is a country of differences. If the South Indians like stainless steel, they love stainless steel. My research said that the Punjabis like probably blue. Yeah? But instead of kind of dumping this blue on everybody or stainless steel on everybody, we say in Tamil Nadu you have your people's taste, you cater to that, and in Punjab they do their people's taste. So why there is, I don't see any reason for you to make one on everybody else's throat. So we said, I given a number of variations in color, in finish, in knobs, in everything else to suit regional tastes. So you pick up what you want. As long as the nozzle, the brass burner, the holes which are precisely pointed to, those specifications have to be met, and my specification, design specifications are met. You can change the body, change the color, change the finish, change all of them. That's are the standard knobs and all that. So that is not normally done. The other one which is not normally done is once it has got a national NRDC award, National Research and Development Organization has given it an award. UNIDO, we said if it is such a good stove, why can't other countries benefit by it? Why should we fight with other countries? We can also be friendly and share with other countries. So UNIDO, we approached the UNIDO, United Nations Industrial Development Organization. Through them, we started giving it to other developing countries, who also need. Yeah, anybody who wants, they can buy this stove design and enjoy it. Next. Yeah. So it has got the national award, as I mentioned already. National Research and Development Corporation had given it award. There are patents obtained for that, for this particular stove. And of course, it's not entirely the designer's credit. The scientists also worked on the burner. So I should equally tell them, give them credit. And it is selected for publication. There used to one beautiful magazine used to come called Science Today. Science Today is a beautiful magazine for young people to make them more knowledgeable about science. I don't know why it is closed. Now it is closed. But in those days, it was published, it was selected for the publication, and it was published in that Science Today. And it was in production for a long time. I don't know whether it is still existing in production, but probably it is. We lost touch with that. But so that is its kind of credo. Next. Okay, this is my little scribble. Last night I wrote this. So that's why my hand slightly shakes. So, but I thought I should have a personal touch rather than the push button touch. So I want to thank Indian Oil Corporation for their trust in me and NID, and Indian Institute of Petroleum scientists for their wonderful support, and here for all of you, and the Science Gallery for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. On not only this, but any other. Thank you.